The rumors are whispering again. And when the rumors start whispering around the Toronto Blue Jays, they rarely stay quiet for long. If you lean in close enough, you can almost hear the off-season breathing, restless and impatient, waiting for one move to tip everything into chaos. Welcome back to Blue Jays News, because today we're diving headfirst into a story that feels like smoke right now, but the kind of smoke that makes you check twice for sparks. The Atlanta Braves are hunting. Not casually browsing, not window shopping, but actively hunting for starting pitching as they stare down a competitive window that refuses to wait politely. With names like Ronald Acuna Jr. and Matt Olson anchoring their ambitions, and one last meaningful push potentially left in Chris Sale's arm, Atlanta know time is precious. When a contender smells urgency, it starts making phone calls, and suddenly Toronto's phone might be ringing louder than expected. That's where Jose Barrios enters the story, carrying both his resume and a little emotional baggage. This was the Blue Jays' opening day starter not so long ago, a pitcher entrusted with setting the tone for an entire season. Yet, by the end of the year, things felt off. There were whispers of frustration, questions around his late-season role, and that awkward moment where injury, bullpen duty, and pride all seemed to collide. Whether fair or not, the relationship appeared strained, and baseball has a way of turning tension into transactions. Now, imagine this. Barrios heading to Atlanta, a fresh uniform, a clean slate, and a Braves rotation desperate enough to believe they can unlock his best version again. It's not far-fetched, and that's what makes it dangerous. Contracts matter, emotions matter, and timing matters most of all. Toronto wouldn't move Barrios for nothing, and that's where this conversation starts to get genuinely intriguing. Because sitting in Atlanta is a player who feels almost too perfect to be real in trade speculation. Ozzie Albies, a fan favorite, a switch-hitting spark plug, and the kind of everyday presence the Blue Jays could plug straight into their lineup without blinking. The idea floating around is deceptively simple. Albies' salary, perhaps a prospect, Barrios going the other way, contracts balancing out, and both teams addressing immediate needs. On paper, it looks elegant. In reality, it detonates a roster domino effect that would ripple through Toronto like a shockwave. If Albies arrives, questions start flying instantly. Is Andrés Giménez suddenly expendable? Does Ernie Clement shift positions, or worse, become trade bait himself? And let's pause there, because Ernie Clement is not just a name on a depth chart. He feels like a heartbeat player, the type fans fall in love with quietly before realizing they can't imagine the team without him. Blue Jays News viewers know how highly regarded he's become, and losing him would sting in ways spreadsheets can't measure. Still, smart baseball sometimes demands discomfort. You make the move first and solve the puzzle afterwards. The Blue Jays have been missing reliable thump and consistent production, and Albies, when healthy, delivers both with style. Defense, energy, postseason experience, it's all there. If this trade ever moves beyond smoke, it would signal Toronto choosing aggression over comfort. If you're enjoying this breakdown so far, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Blue Jays News, because this offseason is far from finished. While that rumor simmers, there's another storyline quietly developing in the background, and it wears Max Scherzer's unmistakable scowl. The future Hall of Famer may not sign in time for opening day, and honestly, that might be the smartest move he could make. After battling health issues and proving he can still rise to big moments, Scherzer has the luxury of patience. Why rush when waiting allows desperate contenders to come knocking mid-season? Picture it like this. Summer arrives, a rotation collapses somewhere, and suddenly Max Scherzer strolls into a clubhouse like a hired gun from a baseball western. 2 months fewer innings on his arm, full adrenaline, and a locker room instantly electrified. It suits his personality perfectly. As much as seeing him back in a Blue Jays uniform would be thrilling, it would probably mean something has gone wrong. Either way, the league will feel his presence when he decides the timing is right. Now let's shift gears to a name that deserves far more spotlight than it gets. Addison Barger. He didn't even start the season with the team, and by the end of it, he felt essential. 135 games, 21 home runs, 74 RBIs, a 1.2 WAR season that quietly announced itself with authority. For a player experiencing his first true taste of everyday Major League Baseball, that's not just promising, it's loud. His bat has personality. It doesn't drift through the zone, it tears through it, like a storm that knows exactly where it's going. He became reliable, then clutch, then downright dangerous as the year progressed. Him and Ernie Clement didn't just fill holes, they cemented roles, and that's invaluable for a team searching for identity. Locked in long-term and years from arbitration, Barger feels like a gift wrapped with patience. Then came the postseason, where nerves expose pretenders and elevate competitors. 17 games, a 3.67 average, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, 22 hits and 8 runs scored while making highlight reel plays in the outfield. He didn't shrink under pressure, he grew teeth. Overshadowed by louder headlines, he still carved his own space, and anyone watching closely noticed. Watching him transition to right field feels eerily familiar, like echoes of Bautista and flashes of Jesse Barfield's cannon arm. The assists will come. The confidence already has. And with a full spring training ahead, his ceiling feels like it's still rising. That's the kind of player that changes seasons quietly, then suddenly. So as rumors swirl, contracts loom, and speculation stretches our imagination, one thing is clear. The Blue Jays are standing at a crossroads between patience and boldness. However it unfolds, we'll be right here breaking it all down on Blue Jays News. Drop your thoughts in the comments, tell us who you're most excited to watch this spring, and make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss a moment. The story is only just beginning.